Hey everyone, I am so excited you're here, and it's finally here. We've got Mira's craft room or scrapbook room. It's actually a scrapbook room because that's what she mostly does in here. But I know those of you who follow Mira's YouTube channel have been waiting for this room forever. And so have I. I've been wanting to get up there for so long and tackle this room, but we couldn't get up there quite as quick as we wanted to because of the newest member of her family, who I will introduce you to here. Colt. He's like, nope. Oh, you want to bark at me? Okay, come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. So there you go. That is Colt. And as you guys know, I always like to introduce you to the animal residents because I love animals, especially dogs. But Colt is going to be throughout this. You'll see him in the background everywhere. I didn't even realize how much until I watched back the footage, but he's a curious little guy, and he's kind of a handful sometimes for Mira, but he's cute. He's funny. He's got wonky ears, which I find hilarious. But anyway, that's Colt. I'll tell you some goals here in just a minute that we are going to have for this scrapbook room.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna keep those, but I don't know what shelf to put them on.
yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
It's a little hard in the beginning to kind of figure out where to put everything, but
Yeah.
once I start getting down to it, we'll find some categories. And
Okay.
oh, and with your mom passing away, are you accumulating a lot more stuff? Is that gonna be hard?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not as much as I feared. So I'm happy about that.
So as you just heard right there, Mira lost her mom not too long ago. It was in December, and then in November, she lost her first dog of 16 years, who she was very attached to. So it's been kind of a rough time for Mira these last few months, plus the fact that we just got out of winter, but, without the sun, she goes through the seasonal affective disorder, and anyway, things have just been a little rough for her. So I was so happy to be able to come and give her a little bit of joy, because scrapbooking is one of those things that she does to distract herself and get her mind off of some of those things she's grieving for. So our biggest goal here was just to give her enough space to do her scrapbooking so that she can have a little bit of that joy in her life. And coming up right here in a second, you're going to see the first of several water bottles, because Mira is not Mira without her water bottles.
It wouldn't be your house if you didn't find one of these every other item.
Yeah. That is so true.
Doesn't she have the best laugh? That's one of my favorite things about Mira, is her infectious laugh. And I'll tell you more things that I just love about her throughout this. But first, let me just tell you a little bit about my process, or how I get started with something that looks this overwhelming. Because believe it or not, I actually don't get that overwhelmed when I see a big mess like this. I don't know if that's because it's not my stuff, but I think the main thing is just to start pulling stuff out of the pile and seeing what's there. There are going to be several stages to this organizing, and this actually took a lot longer than I had planned on, but that's okay. I guess I didn't really know the depth of the pile and the minute things that are in here, which can take forever. So it's fine that it took longer. I just wasn't expecting that, but you never really know what is going to happen until you just dive in and start figuring out what's there. So you check out Colt, and even Clay, getting into everything here, but mostly Colt. What's he doing?
I'm in a mountain climber.
I have to say, it's really great to have you here, and it's been a long time since I've like actually been excited about doing it.
Yeah, well, good. Good.
Lately, it's just been a real chore.
Yeah,
And it's
I
nice
get
to
that.
actually have a little enthusiasm again.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that because, yeah, that's no fun to be depressed all the time and not excited to do anything. So.
I promise I'm not going to talk throughout this whole video, but we do have a little bit of a stretch here without any cleaning sounds because right here in the beginning, I wanted to just show the enormity of this pile and just a little time lapse. So as you're watching me kind of just break this down or get down to the floor here, I'll just tell you again how I tackle this in a little bit more detail. So yeah, I'm just grabbing stuff, figuring out what's in there, trying to see if I can macro organize it. But really, I kind of feel like there's 3 different stages to this, maybe even 4. But I am simply just putting things into boxes vertically so that I can sort through them a little easier later, or Mira can. But it's really just getting things in sight so that we can check out what's there, get an idea for everything that we have, and then we are going to have Mira go through boxes and declutter it because that is a big part of this. In order to actually create some space, we need to get rid of stuff. A lot of these boxes are empty or almost empty, so that helps because we are either going to fill them back up with something so that it's not just empty space there, or we'll be getting rid of the boxes. And filling up her recycling can. Yes, we are trying to recycle as much as we can. There is only so much room in her can though. So after we've been through every box, which took the entire first 2 days, even a little bit more than that, but it took a while. And anyway, once we went through every box, then we can start going through those boxes and trying to figure out how to macro organize or get like items together. And even then, it's still a little bit difficult because you keep running across some of the same items. So that's why I'm saying this was almost like a 4-pass thing. So, and we're also waiting for Mira to declutter some of this. So we couldn't do a whole lot until she did that, but you know, there was still some organization we could do in the meantime and I kept finding boxes and things that I could pull out and see what was in there, and even just organize the paper that I knew she was keeping by color and things like that, which I took some home with me even. And I even have a video of sorting through that. So I've made my way to the back wall here, or the shelves there, and it's lunchtime, so I took a break for lunch here. But the problem is I have now trapped myself with all of these boxes and things. But fortunately, a lot of it was just trash that I was going to take out with me as I went out to have some lunch. But I just wanted to show you the progress after all of that, kind of where we're at. Like I said, a lot of those are just empty boxes, which some of them we'll use to sort into, some of them weren't that great, so we just recycled them. So right here, you'll get a little better look at some of the stuff that's inside these boxes. And I will slow it down a little bit more later in the video just to show you in more detail some of the stuff that she has. But don't expect me to know the names. I actually, once upon a time, here's kind of a funny story, thought that I was going to own a scrapbook store. When I was in college, scrapbooking was a huge thing. And my sister and I had this big dream that we were going to own a scrapbook store. And I really thought that scrapbooking had died. So I didn't know that there were still people out there that scrapbooked, like not digitally. So to have this amount of stuff, I was floored. And I don't know what all of this stuff is called. I never got that far in scrapbooking. It was like the crafty, pretty paper and embellishments. There are so many different things that she has. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have her help in micro organizing once we get to that, because that will be coming up this next week. I did schedule another day to go back and help her micro organize a little better. But this is where I am showing you in a little more detail what's inside some of these boxes. So pins, I can tell you those are pins right there to the left. And then let's see, what else did I learn? Pop-ups? No, I already knew what pop-ups were. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Die cuts. There's die cuts and yeah. Chipboard. That's another one. Look at all I'm learning. Anyway, like I've seen the stuff, I just didn't know what it was called. So we will get it better organized into those categories. Oh, and that weird sound you hear in the background that sounds kind of like a bird, I think is her fridge. Like her fridge tries to make ice, but there's not, anyway, it's broken, but I think that's what it is. It's just sped up, so it sounds weird.
My end of the day stupor.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just sit here.
I feel like it's there too.
That's quite a lot of footage for me for one day.
Yeah.
Let's see how I do on Friday. By Friday, I might be like, okay,
Yeah.
the staff room's that way.
Yep, I know.
So determined to get that muffin, huh? Oh, you let me pet you a little bit. Didn't run right away.
So add all the colors.
Hi.
You're a
Oh,
good boy.
look, are we petting?
You're a good
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
good boy.
Good job.
Good boy. You are doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I moved too fast. Sorry.
That's pretty good though. That's
Yeah.
like longer than he does for.
Can we try again? Oh, good. Good job.
Oh.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. Are we friends now? Will we start all over on Wednesday? Probably. Yeah.
There will be, but I bet
It'll be a
he'll
little-
warm up faster.
Yeah.
I mean, if you bring him a muffin, maybe you
Yeah.
could skip some of that.
So this is kind of the final overview of the first day, but I had to include it because it was cracking me up watching back this footage and seeing just how much Colt was getting around. And the stuff that he was climbing on, it's funny. He's a funny pup. Yeah, look at him go. He is into everything. He even gets kind of trapped here to where I can even pick him up because he kind of got stuck. I don't know if he would have let me pick him up otherwise. But anyway, we are coming to the end of the first day here. So I'm just going to give you just a quick look at where we ended on the first day. Okay, and the next bit is, it could make you dizzy because I know some people don't like the panning around, so just close your eyes if it makes you dizzy. It actually makes me a little dizzy, but I also like to give you the perspective of, from where I'm standing, how much we still have left to do. Okay, and here's a shot of all the water bottles that we found on just the first day, which was the majority of it because, we got through most of it. But, quite a few water bottles there, Mira. I think she only had one on her latest video of the craft room, and I had all the rest. I found all the rest. Anyway, this is day 2, and there's going to be a lot of vacuuming on this one because we've finally gotten down to the floor where we can get all those little shreds of paper and all of the Cheerios, so lots of vacuuming. Day 2 was also when we were joined by my clone, and I named her Allie. Just kidding. This is Allie. She is from the channel Real Life with Allie. So she's another YouTuber here in Utah, and she had reached out to me. She's one of my subscribers, and she just wanted to connect with other YouTubers because, it can be a lonely world and one that can be quite frustrating and confusing. And so it's nice to have YouTube friends that you can commiserate with sometimes or just find out what's working, what's not. But she was an amazing asset, and I was so thankful she agreed to come and help with this because even with her help, we still did not get this done in 4 days. But she made such a difference. That's why I'm showing you this overview and time lapse just so you can see how quickly she works and how much she gets through. So go check out her channel. That's Real Life with Allie. She has some just crazy good organizational videos. She does things a lot the same way I would, but she's just a lot better at explaining what she's doing. That's where I'm not as articulate as she is, and I love how she explains things. It just makes sense. And here come some more water bottles. So funny. We kept finding these everywhere. And Colt was very interested in the water bottles, and he loves to take them and try to take the cap off. So I was trying to lure him in here to get this water bottle, and you'll see the moment he takes it. It's so funny.
I'm gonna try some puzzle.
Right on camera.
Awesome.
Oh, it scared him.
Not quite.
Go back. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Oh, so funny.
Okay, so this is after lunch on that same day. Allie had to leave to get back to her family. She's got slightly younger kids than I do that have more needs. Anyway, she had to get back to them. And oh, look, more water bottles. But she does join us again on Friday. So, and then Mira is taking a nap because she does not have the same stamina. And that's very understandable after all that she's been through. She's had a lot of health issues. She had sepsis in, I want to say 2022, but now I'm thinking it was just last year. Now I don't remember. But anyway, regardless, she gets very tired very quickly, but I was very happy to hear in her version of the scrapbook room that she released on Thursday, her talking about how much more stamina she feels like she has when working in the scrapbook room. She doesn't know if that's just simply because she has built up some stamina or that she's feeling better or just because it's her scrapbook stuff and it brings her joy to be around that. So I was very happy to hear that. But nonetheless, she got through so much stuff. You should go check out her video, which I will link in my description, as well as her channel and Allie's channel. I don't think I've even mentioned Mira's channel name yet, but it's called Peeling Away the Clutter. And again, I will link that. She's made such great progress around her house. She's had some, setbacks with the grieving the loss of her mom and her dog. But even despite that, she has continued on, pushed through, and has still been decluttering and been doing awesome on her decluttering journey. Right here, I'm just going to point out that sometimes I just use whatever I have. So I just had this piece of paper that I was going to throw away, and I was like, instead of keep, turning around and throwing things in the trash bag, I may as well just pile it on top of it and then throw it all away together. Save energy wherever you can. In fact, in a minute here, I can't remember quite where, but I'll use a Cheerios box to gather up some of the debris from the ground. Oh, and I forgot to mention why there are all these Cheerios on the ground. It's not because she loves Cheerios and is popping them in her mouth and then keeps missing. She actually uses them to lure her dogs in there to hang out with her because they don't love the craft room for some reason. And here's me using the Cheerios box to clean up the debris. But anyway, that's how she gets them to stay in there with her for a little while to keep her company. So super funny. But also the reason there's so much stuff under her desk is because it can't go all the way up against the wall. And so when she's got a pile of stuff that she's working on her desk, it tends to fall over to the side and just create, she has craftalanches. Okay, here is just some video of where we're at midday. Well, this isn't even midday. It's like 3 o'clock probably. That's what Mira is working on at her desk. We keep piling on stuff there for her to go through. That's all of her scrap paper, color coordinated, 2 water bottles. Never mind those. And there are what she calls pockets of organization. And she did have somebody come in and professionally organize this 5 years ago, I think, when she moved in. And so they got so far, but, she only had the budget for so many days. And so they got it as organized as possible in those few days. And then Mira kept buying stuff as she does. She talks again a lot about this in her video about how this all piled up to create the mess. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the progress and what we still have left to do. This whole corner back here, I haven't even touched yet. So I will get to that a little bit later. But this has now gone from super chaotic pile to somewhat organized pile. However, as I was looking at all of this, I realized there needs to be a lot more clear totes or things that she can see through, because I know with her ADHD, she has problems if she can't see it, it doesn't exist, and then she buys more of that same thing and is surprised when she comes across it again. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But I was thinking I need to go get her some clear totes. But while I was waiting for Mira to make some decisions about what she's keeping and getting rid of, I decided to at least make some of the stuff, or organize some of the stuff that I was fairly sure she was keeping. Or if she wasn't, it was a lot easier to go through if it was somewhat organized. So this was probably my favorite part of this video, is the next 3 or 4 minutes and watching the stuff get organized. So hopefully you enjoy it as well. My shoe was getting uncomfortable just with the way I was sitting, so I was like, I'm just going to take it off. And this is another example of just using whatever I had to organize into, because she may not end up using this for what I put in there, but it was something that I just found next to me. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use this to organize things into for now. There's a lot of that for now. And, if she wants to move it later, at least it's all pretty together. And we can find it easier to just gather all together and move to another spot if she likes it somewhere else. Mira sorting her stuff into,
and letting a teeny piece go.
Yay!
We're just starting though. We're just starting.
Yes.
Just starting.
So this is keep stuff. We're selling. Is there something about the clothes in here that is different than your, or like was
They're
this
freshly washed.
Okay, that's what this is. Okay. Well, that answers that. Is that like, was this one too? Or are all these like freshly washed, or like, should I hang them up?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So I finally made my way back to this corner to clear out. And while I'm doing this, Mira is working on sorting through boxes and figuring out what to keep, what to sell. Because the plan is that she is going to be selling a lot of this stuff to other scrapbookers, because she's part of some scrapbook groups that she knows would want it. So she's going to box them up and just like an assortment of stuff and sell them to fellow scrapbookers.
You want to hand me a box?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it go.
Yeah. You need to remember my name. You're not doing stuff in this. You want to let it go. And I'm really sorry.
What?
I said I'm really sorry that I'm talking out loud for this.
Oh, it's okay.
I have to admit, it does help me. Because sometimes if I'm iffy on an item and I say, but would you miss this? I like hear that out loud and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that Mira, she is so wise. She really does have a way of putting things that just make sense. And that's one of the reasons I love her channel is she's very good at putting her thoughts into words. Whether she's talking about decluttering or she's talking about the depressive episode she's going through and kind of how she's processing those feelings. And see, I'm not even going to be able to put this that well, but even if you don't have a house that you need to declutter and watch her for that, she is just fun to listen to because she is just well-spoken. She's a great storyteller and has just a lot to give to this world. I think she is one of my favorite people just because she makes you feel seen and understood and valued, and she's just a great person. I just love her. So again, go check out her channel, Peeling Away the Clutter.
You thought she was the Muffin Man, but it turns out no.
Do I know the Muffin Man now?
Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Colt only loves me for my muffins that I brought on the first day.
What's going on? Oh, there's a stuffed animal in there.
Oh.
Oh, it's a little bear that is like barking at.
He's like, what are you doing,
This
man?
little guy. Too much. Colt?
Let's
Oh,
He's like, now it's chasing me.
What's that?
But I'm the fastest.
What
You
is
are the
that?
fastest.
Can you check him out?
Oh, he hit that door.
Colt was great entertainment. And I love that sped up barking. I don't know why I think it's so cute. Okay, so since I am breaking this up into two different parts, and there's not going to be a final after shot of the room, I'm going to end this video on doing her laundry because that will be a more like, okay, we got through something and finished something because I volunteered to take her laundry home after I had heard on some of her videos she was feeling very overwhelmed with the amount of laundry, especially after going through her t-shirts. So people in the comments were like, Bonnie loves laundry. Why don't you just have her do some for you? And I was like, yes, I absolutely will. But it's not like she just lives around the corner. So I had to wait until I came up and helped her. But I did take some home and did that for her. So that's what we're going to end on today. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And if you are not one of my laundry nerds and think that that sounds like the most boring thing in the world to watch me fold laundry, don't worry, I gotcha. You can skip forward to about the 40-minute mark just to see all of the beautifully folded laundry and then to catch some Colt antics at the very end.
Heating pads for the dogs. about to fold this all cool, y'all. Oh, I forgot to do that. I have a whole video about how to do this, so I'm not gonna spend time trying to teach you right now. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I guess I'll do it with this smaller one. So I am, each one's gonna be a little different, but you essentially want to get it to a point that you're gonna make thirds. See, and that doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna get tucked in. But anyway, so we've got, I just went half, half, thirds. I'm gonna fold that end over. Like I said, each one's a little different. So this one, I am just gonna do one tuck into it, because see how that makes a little pocket? I'm just gonna go like that. I sounded like a frog. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, that green. This isn't the best space to be folding up. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. Halves. Halves, maybe. We'll see how this goes. Again, each blanket is a little different, but yeah. And then I think I'm gonna go thirds. Flip that end over. And tuck it. I can do it with this. So. Thirds. And tuck. So I'm always curious to know how many people are still watching at this point, because I find it therapeutic to watch laundry be folded, but seriously, that probably is the most boring thing to some people. So how many laundry nerds are still watching right now? I know I'm folding these all a little differently, but I'm not spending a lot of time to show you how I fold stuff today. I mostly just wanted to do a quick video of folding Mira's clothes. So, not today. I also have a couple videos of sorting out some of her papers, like finished scrapbook pages and then scrap paper into different colors. And I'm thinking I might just make a separate video of that, because I'm thinking the people that would watch this content will also watch that, but I'm not sure if I want to put it just in a regular video, because that might get people clicking off like, what? Why would I want to watch you sort paper? But I love it, especially the scrap paper being sorted into different colors. It was really, really fun to do and to watch back. Look at how beautiful those clothes are, and towels and blankets. Okay, so as you watch Colt try to get the lid off of this water bottle, I'll just say thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week for part 2 of Mira's scrapbook room, and hopefully we'll have some really good afters, because I did schedule one more day this upcoming week to go back and put it in a little better order. So I think it's going to be a great after. So anyway, thanks you guys, and have a great week. See you next time.